Madhya, a place so isolated, so cut off from the rest of the world, that its people believe they are the last humans on Earth. For centuries, this was the reality for the inhabitants of Rapa Nui, also known as Easter Island. This tiny speck of land in the southeastern Pacific Ocean, famous for its giant stone statues called moai, held a secret deep within its culture. The story of the day the island woke up isn't about a single day, but a gradual, and sometimes shocking, awakening to a world they never knew existed. Let's journey back in time. The Rapa Nui people were master navigators, descendants of Polynesian explorers who settled the island around 1200 AD. For hundreds of years, they developed a complex society in complete isolation. Their universe was the island, the sky above, and the endless ocean surrounding them. Their entire history, mythology, and worldview were shaped by this confinement. They had their own social structure, their own conflicts, and their own unique artistic and spiritual traditions, most notably, the carving and erecting of the magnificent moai that still puzzle us today. They believed their island, Tapito or Tahinwa, was the navel of the world, the very center of existence. Then, on Easter Sunday, 1722, everything changed. A Dutch ship, commanded by Jacob Roggeveen, appeared on the horizon. For the islanders, this was an unimaginable event. Imagine living your entire life thinking your small community is all that's left of humanity. And then one day, a colossal wooden vessel, unlike anything you've ever seen, sails into your bay. Aboard are beings who look different, speak a language you can't comprehend, and carry strange objects. It must have been like a scene from science fiction, a true first contact. Roggeveen's logs give us a glimpse of this encounter. He described the islanders as being of mixed appearance, some with lighter skin, others darker. He noted their elaborate tattoos and stretched earlobes, which held large decorative plugs. He was, of course, stunned by the moai, wondering how a people with no wheels, cranes, or strong ropes could have erected such massive stone figures. The encounter was brief and, sadly, marked by misunderstanding and violence. The Dutch sailors, nervous and trigger-happy, fired on a crowd of curious islanders, a tragic start to a new chapter in Rapa Nui's history. After the Dutch left, the island fell silent again. Decades passed. Did the islanders think it was a dream, a visit from the gods or spirits? McCannally speculate. But the memory of these strange visitors from the sea must have lingered, planting a seed of doubt about their solitary existence. The world was bigger than they knew. The next major contact came in 1770 with a Spanish expedition. This visit was more formal. The Spanish officially annexed the island for Spain, a concept that would have been utterly alien to the Rapa Nui people. How can you claim the entire world? 4 years later, the famous British explorer Captain James Cook arrived. Cook's expedition was scientific. His crew included naturalists and artists who meticulously documented the island, its people, and its strange monuments. By Cook's time, the island's society was already in a state of turmoil. He noted that many moai had been toppled, a sign of internal conflict and the collapse of the old order. The once thriving population had dwindled, likely due to resource depletion and warfare. This waking up was not a gentle process. Each new ship brought not just wonder, but also new diseases to which the islanders had no immunity. Smallpox, tuberculosis, and other illnesses swept through the population with devastating effect. The world outside their small paradise was proving to be as dangerous as it was vast. But the darkest chapter was yet to come. The mid-19th century brought the horror of the slave trade. Peruvian blackbirders raided the island, kidnapping a huge portion of the population, including the king, his heir, and many of the elders who held the key to the island's history and the mysterious Rongorongo script. They were forced to work in horrendous conditions in Peru. 2. Out of more than 1,000 people taken, only a handful ever returned, and they brought smallpox back with them, which nearly wiped out the remaining inhabitants. By 1877, the population of Rapa Nui had plummeted to just 111 people. 111. Imagine that. An entire culture, a unique language, and centuries of history were on the brink of complete extinction. The island had woken up only to face its near destruction. The very fabric of their society was torn apart. The knowledge of how the Moai were moved, the meaning of their ancient script, and countless other traditions were lost forever with the elders who were kidnapped or perished. It was in this desperate state that the island was annexed by Chile in 1888. But even then, the islanders' suffering was not over. For much of the 20th century, the entire island was leased to a sheep company, and the Rapa Nui people were confined to a small settlement, Hangaroa, surrounded by barbed wire. They were treated as second-class citizens on their own ancestral land. The true awakening for the modern Rapa Nui people has been a fight for their rights, their culture, and their identity. It wasn't until 1966 that they were granted full Chilean citizenship and the freedom to move around their own island. Since then, there has been a remarkable cultural renaissance. The Rapa Nui language, once on the verge of disappearing, is now being taught in schools. Traditional arts, music, and dance are being revived with passion and pride. The annual Tapati Festival is a vibrant celebration of their heritage, showcasing incredible feats of strength and artistry that connect the new generation to their ancient past. Today, Rapa Nui is connected to the world by a daily flight. The internet has arrived. The islanders are no longer isolated. They are doctors, lawyers, artists, and business owners, fully engaged with the global community. But they are also fiercely protective of their heritage. They are the guardians of the Moai and the keepers of a story that serves as a powerful lesson for all of humanity. The story of the day the island woke up is a complex one. It's a tale of discovery and wonder, but also of tragedy, exploitation, and incredible resilience. It shows us how a small, isolated community grappled with the sudden realization that their entire understanding of the world was wrong. And it demonstrates the unbreakable spirit of a people who, after being pushed to the very edge of extinction, have fought their way back, reclaiming their land, their culture, and their destiny. Their awakening continues as they navigate the challenges of the 21st century, balancing tourism and preservation, modernity and tradition. The Moai may be silent, but the people of Rapa Nui have a powerful voice, and their story is one the whole world needs to hear. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to one of the most mysterious and fascinating places on Earth. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories from our amazing world. See you next time.